Who's your favorite fighter, Pacquiao or Floyd? Come on, we know it's Pacquiao.
I know
Pacquiao.
Actually, Floyd. Watching Floyd fight is actually more my style of that perfect boxer.
That's what
when I do a pound for pound ranking, I'm trying to be objective. Pacquiao jumped more weight classes. What he did pound for pound to me was more impressive.
But you have him over Floyd.
But I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd, ever.
I personally, I had the best seat in the house with Morrow. I liked the fight. It was a high stakes chess match that neither fighter could really make any mistakes. Floyd did make a couple mistakes and he paid for it. Manny Pacquiao hurt Floyd Mayweather on 2 occasions, visibly, and maybe he hurt him other times that we're unaware of.
Max Kellerman admitted he didn't like the first Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight and felt it played out exactly as expected. When it comes to a rematch, he questioned whether it could truly live up to this time.
Pacquiao just drew with Barrios.
Yeah, and you see what he look like?
Yeah, because they're not on that level anymore.
What do you think's going to happen here, though? What do we think's going to happen in Mayweather-Pacquiao? Are you interested in it? Is it a good fight?
Yeah.
I'll be watching.
Watch it. The first one was awful, but now they're 50 years old. Let's see it.
But why though? But you didn't like the first time they fought.
No, I didn't.
I'm not gonna watch the second.
You didn't like that match?
No, the first fight.
So when they wasn't grandpas,
by the way, that fight went more or less how I thought it would go. I always thought it would go that way.
Andre Ward broke down the first fight with precision, pointing out that Floyd made mistakes and paid for them. He noted that Pacquiao hurt Mayweather on multiple occasions.
Floyd Mayweather, it was interesting to me because he had to be almost perfect on the night because Manny was quick, explosive, fast twitch muscles, and every punch he landed, even the ones that were blocked, you heard him. Pop, 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 pop. They were hard shots. Floyd couldn't make no mistakes. That fight to me was exciting in that way. Every fight's not exciting the same way. And I think we got to understand that as fight fans and just people that love sports. You got to let it be what it is and find the good in it. So I enjoyed the first fight.
Max Kellerman and top boxing voices weighed in as Mayweather vs. Pacquiao 2 became official. From bold predictions to sharp criticism, the boxing world made its stance clear on the rematch.
But pound for pound, he can't be above Manny Pacquiao. Floyd is one of the top 10 greatest pound for pound fighters who ever lived. Tough to argue otherwise. Manny Pacquiao was a flyweight champion. Not that he turned pro at flyweight. He was good enough as a flyweight to be the lineal champion, the real champion. He fought great fighters. He never ducked anybody. Pacquiao to me, other than Sugar Ray Robinson, he's still one. Pacquiao is the greatest pound for pound fighter who ever lived. I can't put Floyd above him.
In a prediction, Teddy Atlas said Floyd Mayweather held the mental edge and a style that still threatened Manny Pacquiao. But Atlas stressed that Pacquiao's recent real fights could flip the pressure onto Floyd.
It's a rematch, right? Mayweather won it first. He's got to have maybe a little edge mentally, you know, as far as confidence, belief. All right. At the end of the day, the pick is what you've been waiting for, right? You couldn't wait for this. All right, the pick. Styles make fights. You know, that the style of Mayweather could still be a problem for Pacquiao. But again, Pacquiao has been the only one in there with a real fight recently.
According to Luke Thomas, Floyd Mayweather put his perfect record at risk, knowing one loss could end the mystique. The disappointment surrounding Manny Pacquiao still linger, and Thomas framed it as pure legacy pressure.
Now, one thing to note here is that this fight will be a professional bout. It will go on their record. Floyd currently has a record of 50-0. Remember, he retired at 50-0. It is possible he could go either 51-0 or now 50-1, or if it's a draw or whatever. But he's at least putting it up to be part of the professional record. Now, you might say, well, hasn't he been doing a lot of exhibitions since his retirement from boxing? And the answer is yes, about 8 of them or so. I believe he's got, by the way, a 9th coming up in April in the Democratic Republic of the Congo against, of all people, Mike Tyson. Also, just as a fresh reminder, the first fight, I didn't hate it, but a lot of people did. And remember, you'll recall Manny Pacquiao, after the fight was over, blamed his performance on his shoulder. But there was pretty widespread disappointment with just how big the fight was and then how little it delivered.
Fabio Wardley admitted the rematch never crossed his mind and did little to excite him. Wardley felt the first fight already came late and now it seemed even further past its prime. Fabio understood the money and the big names attached, but he made it clear the buzz simply did not move him.
No, I didn't. I wasn't on my bingo card for 2026. And again, being a bit of a cynic, like, I don't want to see it either. Like, I'm not that interested in it. Like, when it first happened, it was almost a bit past its sell-by date, and even now is like I get it, makes money, it's an interesting name, dynamic, blah, 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 but it's not nothing I'm jumping out of my chair about.
Predicting the outcome of the match, Max Kellerman stood firm on his original stance. Kellerman explained that the first clash unfolded exactly as he had expected, despite the belief that he leaned toward Manny Pacquiao. Max praised Pacquiao's daring rise through weight classes, but maintained that Floyd Mayweather Jr. possessed the size, control, and defensive mastery to dictate the outcome. In the end, Kellerman shifted the lens to reality. Whatever their age or activity level, Mayweather and Pacquiao remained boxing's ultimate business giants.
You didn't like that, Max?
No, the first fight.
So when they wasn't grandpas,
I know you
when they wasn't
By
grandpas,
the
y'all
way,
didn't like it.
that fight went more or less how I thought it would go. I always thought it would go that way.
But you like Pacquiao more.
No, I didn't like the fact that it was
Who's your favorite fighter, Pacquiao or Floyd? Come on, we know it's Pacquiao.
I thought
Pacquiao.
actually, Floyd. Watching Floyd fight is actually more my style of that perfect boxer.
That's what
when I do a pound for pound ranking, I'm trying to be objective. Pacquiao jumped more weight classes. What he did pound for pound to me was more impressive.
But you have him over Floyd.
But I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd ever.
But Pacquiao, he's one of my favorite fighters.
Cool.
Floyd and Pacquiao, they're one of my favorite fighters. But I still want
Floyd's
to see
the longer, bigger, better defensive fighter.
Right.
You know.
But let's be real, what this is all about, business. This is going to be a mega event. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're the two biggest names in boxing today, even if they aren't.
As the conversation turned to spectacle fights, he cited Floyd Mayweather's clash with Conor McGregor as an example of pure intrigue. McGregor exceeded expectations, but he believed Mayweather never carried him. Floyd adjusted, applied steady pressure, and wore him down strategically before finishing the fight. In the end, no matter the doubts, it was the kind of event people felt compelled to watch, similar to certain Jake Paul matchups when the opponent was right.
Here's the thing about boxing.
I'll go watch it.
Even something like Mayweather and McGregor. And McGregor did way better in that fight than I thought he would. And Mayweather didn't take him seriously. And
he went 11 rounds with him.
He went 11 rounds in his pro boxing debut.
And Floyd carried him. You know that.
I agree.
Floyd carried him.
agree.
What Floyd did was come into the fight out of shape and realized early, Conor boxes a little better and a little more athletic than I thought. All right, let me just put up a high guard and kind of walk him down, keep this steady. I'm not going to drain him. That's different than carrying. That's a strategy to wear him down and stop him without taking risks.
If you call that carrying, then he did carry him. I looked at it like he was just draining him mentally. He knew he wasn't used to being.
Not to get too far afield, guys, the point is, whatever you thought about that fight going in, when that fight was going on, you had to watch it. The question about making a big event is it compelling enough that even if, I talk about this with Jake Paul sometimes, right? Whatever you want to say, when he chooses the right opponent, you're going to watch it. You're going to deny that you're going to watch it live. You're going to watch it live.
As the talk about the comeback grew louder, Andre Ward said it was about more than money. Ward believed Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao simply missed boxing and the spotlight that came with it. Andre admitted he was curious to see how a second chapter would play out after calling their 2015 fight in Las Vegas. Ward remembered the long buildup and pressure, adding that even though many were disappointed when Mayweather stayed unbeaten, the moment still felt huge from his view.
So I think that's some of it, but I also think it's the love of it. I think it's them missing the sport. I think it's them wanting to be around the sport. So Floyd Mayweather coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao, I can get on board with that. More of me than not is saying, I want to see how this fight plays out. I called the first fight with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao in 2015 in Las Vegas on the international broadcast. And the fight had been rumored for many years, many rumors on why the fight didn't happen. And I think the buildup over, 8-year, 10-year period, whatever it was so big. And many believed that Manny was going to do it and finally hand Floyd Mayweather his first loss. Then when it didn't happen, people said, it wasn't the fight of the century. Oh my God, I can't believe they promoted it as such. I had the best seat in the house with Morrow.
Continuing his reflection, Andre Ward explained that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had no room for mistakes that night. Ward pointed out that Pacquiao's speed and power forced Mayweather to stay nearly perfect, especially after Pacquiao hurt him more than once. Andre believed the fight was tense because every second mattered, even if it was not wild action. When Manny later revealed his shoulder injury and pushed for a rematch, the story changed, but Ward still saw a fight worth watching, even as others called it boring.
I liked the fight. It was a high stakes, chess match that neither fighter could really make any mistakes. Floyd did make a couple mistakes and he paid for it. Manny Pacquiao hurt Floyd Mayweather on 2 occasions, visibly, and maybe he hurt him other times that we're unaware of. Floyd Mayweather, it was interesting to me because he had to be almost perfect on the night because Manny was quick, explosive, fast twitch muscles, and every punch he landed, even the ones that were blocked, you heard him. Bop, 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 bop. They were hard shots. Floyd couldn't make no mistakes. That fight to me was exciting in that way. Every fight's not exciting the same way. And I think we got to understand that as fight fans and just people that love sports. You got to let it be what it is and find the good in it. So I enjoyed the first fight. But then Manny Pacquiao came out after and said, man, I hurt my shoulder. He said that he had a shoulder surgery, and that kind of marred the performance of Floyd Mayweather just a little bit. And then it was a back and forth with Manny saying, I want the rematch. Floyd saying it didn't make sense. Well, now we're getting ready to get it. Talked to somebody yesterday. They didn't like the fight. They said, oh my gosh, 2 older guys, it's going to be boring. I look at it a little bit different.
Amid criticism about his finances continued to circulate, Floyd Mayweather addressed the rumors head-on. Mayweather pointed to his earnings from the Canelo Alvarez and Manny Pacquiao fights, saying those 2 events alone generated around $400 million or more for him through purses, promotion, and sponsorship deals. Mayweather added that during Pacquiao fight week alone, he made another $25 to $30 million. Mayweather dismissed the doubts about his wealth, insisting that if he were truly struggling financially, he would have already made a comeback.
But you'll also know that in the Canelo fight, you know, I made over $100 million in that fight. And then in a Pacquiao, just in 2 fights. Oh my God. Pacquiao and Canelo, those 2 fights, somewhere upwards of 400 million. I mean, probably $400 million or better. And just me and sponsorship money. Leading up to the Pacquiao fight, that week I made somewhere 25 to 30 million.
Wow, that's crazy.
So these are my numbers. And, you know, they can say Floyd lying all they want to. If I was so desperate and hurting for money, I'll come back.
After the announcement sparked buzz, Keith Thurman spoke bluntly about money and lifestyle. Keith acknowledged that both Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao lived large, and while some claimed they needed cash, he saw it differently. Boxing was simply what they knew best. Keith explained that it was hard to walk away from earning millions in one night, especially when nothing matched the adrenaline or payoff of fight night. To Thurman, that reality made any comeback understandable.
He lives a very fancy lifestyle. Some people say that, you know, that they need the money. Pacquiao needs the money. Floyd needs the money. Hey man, you need the money, get back in the business and make the money. It is what it is, man. But this is what boxers know best. I mean, it's hard. How do you go from an industry that pays you multiple millions of dollars in a night? You know what I'm saying? And then you go into retirement and, you know, you do little things for people. You do an appearance here. You do this and that there. There's nothing like fight night. There's no adrenaline like fight night. There's no build-up like fight night. You know, and there's no money reward like fight night.
With the fight now officially announced, Frank Warren made his position clear. Frank said he had no interest in watching a 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao face a 49-year-old Floyd Mayweather, and he hoped no governing body would sanction it. Frank acknowledged that punches still hurt at any age, but he believed fighters at that stage should not be competing. Frank added that while the event might generate headlines, he did not see it as true competitive boxing.
49-year-old Floyd Mayweather fights 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Your reaction to that, and does that do boxing's any integrity any damage at all, or you let them get on with it?
They get on with it, don't they? It's not going to be. I hope it's not going to be sanctioned by any of the governing bodies. I have no interest in a 47-year-old fighting a 49-year-old, no more than watching Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. They mean, you know, to me, it's not boxing as what I class as one. Don't get me wrong, they're hitting each other, they're in the ring, and whether you're 49 or 20, those punches hurt. But at their age, they shouldn't be doing it.
With excitement building for the event, Kermel Moten welcomed the spotlight. Moten said fans were ready for another big show in September at the Sphere on Netflix. Moten added that he hoped to land a spot on the undercard and was open to facing a Filipino opponent. Moten made it clear he was ready for the opportunity, even if it meant a Mayweather team versus Pacquiao team matchup.
I mean, you know, the GOAT back, you know, I feel like everybody's excited, you know, you're going to put on another great show, you know, get the fans what they want to see. And you know, September at the Sphere. That's crazy. It's on Netflix, you know, I'm excited. I'm hopefully, you know, there's a good percentage I'm gonna be on the undercard. You know, I don't see why not. You know, I'm hoping I get a big name. Hopefully, you know, I can get a Filipino fighter or something, you know, do something like that. You know, I'm with it.
You know, it sounds like you're alluding to a particular person because he is going to be fighting Pacquiao.
Right.
And we know Junior's on the undercard with you on the fight you got on Saturday. Yeah.
I mean, if that's, I'm not against that. You know, I'm with it. Whoever it could be, any other Filipino prospect. You know, but I don't see why, you know, the Mayweather team versus the Pacquiao team. You know.
When asked how the rematch would end, Lonnie B predicted another decision. Lonnie said Pacquiao would fight the same aggressive style he always had, but believed Floyd Mayweather's sharp counterpunching and ring control would carry him through. B admitted Pacquiao always had a puncher's chance, especially if he landed clean, but he still leaned toward Floyd handling business. Lonnie also questioned the overall intrigue, arguing that the fight challenged the idea that boxing belonged only to the young.
Okay, so last time it ended a decision. How do you think that this fight ends?
Decision again. Pacquiao is Pacquiao. Pacquiao never gonna change. He gonna fight the way he fight. Floyd is a master counter puncher, a master pot shotter. He's just a master in the ring, so I don't think it'll be a problem for Floyd. You know, unless Pacquiao just catch him with a shot. Unless Pacquiao just catch him with a shot and you know, get him out of there, which is very possible. But you know, at 50, I mean, I don't think nobody's lined up to see it. But I look at it like this, right? I don't think nobody is intrigued to see this fight.
In his opinion, Shannon Briggs said he liked that the audience was getting a rematch. Pacquiao had stayed busy, and Briggs believed that activity mattered. Shannon felt the fight carried more edge because Pacquiao had not been sitting idle. In his view, the rematch had a real chance to be a good one. Briggs added that active fighters always brought sharper timing and better rhythm into big moments.
Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather.
I like that fight, actually. Pacquiao's a Sagittarius like me. I think we might have the same birthday. And so, yeah, I like that fight in a rematch. I think that Pacquiao's been busier than Mayweather, so we're going to see a great fight.
With questions rising about his preparation, Lakeith Mayweather offered insight into Floyd Mayweather's training approach. Lakeith said Floyd worked with precision and discipline, focusing on sharpness and conditioning rather than pushing recklessly. He explained that Mayweather relied on experience, adjusting his workload to match his age while protecting his strengths. Mayweather made it clear the camp was calculated and controlled, centered on timing and ring intelligence over physical punishment.
Yeah, I feel like it might be a different fight on Pacquiao end. Because we've seen him in the ring. He has slowed down. Floyd hasn't slowed down. So the last fight, of course, was a high-stakes chess match. I think this fight plays out as a Manny trying to keep up with Floyd.
Wow.
You know, because he is still that sharp. And I'm not just talking, he still is that sharp. It's ridiculous. And because we done see Manny been in wars, Manny been knocked out. You know, that takes a toll on the body.
When the matchup came up, Shakur Stevenson showed full confidence in Floyd Mayweather. Stevenson predicted Floyd would handle Pacquiao with ease, saying Mayweather would simply outbox him and walk away paid. Stevenson encouraged heavy bets on Floyd, insisting he rarely lost when it came to boxing predictions. Stevenson made it clear he expected a smooth night and another controlled performance. For Shakur, it was business as usual when Floyd stepped into the ring.
Pac-Man versus Floyd. Floyd gonna cook that.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, Floyd gonna cook that.
I didn't even know that was happening. When?
September.
Damn.
Yeah.
Everything on Floyd.
The gold.
I ain't bet on like a match before, low key. I don't think. I be scared to see.
Bet whatever on Floyd. Bet whatever. He gonna outbox him, make it easy. Get his check, go home.
But that's on you, bro. Please, bro. Don't let me down. What?
The stage is set and the boxing world feels the tension building. Some expect Mayweather to dictate the pace with sharp control, while others believe Pacquiao's activity and aggression make this dangerous. The opinions are loud, the stakes are real, and the pressure keeps rising. This is about legacy, pride, and proving a point all over again. One mistake can flip the script, and every round matters. The lights are bright, and neither man backs down. Now it's your turn to decide. Who wins Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2? Drop your prediction in the comments, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in for more boxing content.